Imagine spending your entire life in a cave, seeing nothing but flickering shadows on a wall, and believing those shadows are reality. Now replace the cave wall with a phone screen and the shadows with social media feeds, viral trends, and endless outrage headlines. Plato wrote this warning 2,400 years ago. Today, the cave is back, and it has Wi-Fi. Let's find the exit. Plato was a student of Socrates and the teacher of Aristotle. In Book 7 of the Republic, he describes prisoners chained since birth inside a dark cavern. Behind them burns a fire. Between the fire and the prisoners, puppeteers pass statues. The flames throw dancing silhouettes on the wall. That shadow play is all the prisoners know. One day a captive is unchained and dragged toward the mouth of the cave. Sunlight stabs his eyes. The real world is painful, blinding, overwhelming. But slowly he sees color, depth, and truth. Excited, he rushes back down to free his friends, only to be mocked. In their comfort, they prefer beautiful lies to disturbing facts. Humans naturally share information that reinforces their own beliefs, passing stories among like-minded friends and communities until they echo endlessly. These repeated narratives create a feedback loop where the loudest voices dominate and nuance gets lost in the shuffle. In a landmark 2018 MIT study analyzing 126,000 Twitter rumor cascades, researchers found that falsehoods spread 6 times faster than corrections. Just as the prisoners mistake flickering shadows for reality, we mistake these recycled echoes for truth, because familiar lies feel safer than unsettling facts. Open TikTok or Instagram, and you're instantly swept into the latest trending challenge or viral controversy. But these waves aren't entirely natural. They're boosted and accelerated by specific algorithms trained to keep you engaged. Unlike echo chambers where we choose to repeat comforting beliefs, these algorithmic loops drive content popularity artificially. Soon we're lost in a repetitive cycle of sensationalism and misinformation, forgetting that a broader reality exists beyond the endless scroll. Society sets expectations and standards, nudging us subtly, and sometimes not so subtly, to fit in, follow trends, and chase popular definitions of success. Often we go along simply because everyone else does, ignoring our true desires and values. This pressure to conform turns us into passive spectators, watching the shadows of societal approval flicker across our lives instead of forging our own meaningful paths. Ralph Waldo Emerson captured this struggle perfectly. It is easy in the world to live after the world's opinion. It is easy in solitude to live after our own. But the great man is he who in the midst of the crowd keeps with perfect sweetness the independence of solitude. In other words, true strength comes from remaining authentic, even when surrounded by pressure to conform. Henry David Thoreau, Emerson's contemporary, embodied this wisdom by stepping away from society's expectations to live deliberately at Walden Pond, declaring, "If a man does not keep pace with his companions, perhaps it is because he hears a different drummer." The key to escaping this shadow is mindful self-reliance, cultivating your own values and passions and trusting yourself enough to pursue genuine fulfillment beyond society's flickering shadows. Plato vividly captures the pain felt by the prisoner who, newly unchained and dragged into the sunlight, is overwhelmed by reality. When he is first liberated and compelled to look at the light, will he not be pained? Modern neuroscience confirms this phenomenon. Confronting a deeply held belief activates the brain's pain centers. Unchaining yourself means admitting you were wrong, and that stings. It's the reason why relatives block each other over politics, and misinformation feels easier to accept than truthful clarifications because facing reality hurts. Lamp 1. Seek different perspectives. Whenever you see a headline that confirms your beliefs, intentionally seek out another that challenges them. Practicing this habit builds self-reliance by developing your ability to think independently rather than automatically accepting popular opinions. Lamp 2. Pause before sharing. When a news story triggers strong emotions, wait at least 24 hours before sharing or reacting. Taking time to reflect independently helps you respond from a place of personal authenticity rather than impulsive conformity. Lamp 3. Trace the source. Click through to the original evidence. Read the full study, examine the original photo, or find the court document. Seeking primary sources cultivates intellectual self-reliance by building trust in your own ability to discern fact from fiction. Here's a practical nightly routine to strengthen your self-reliance and step beyond shadows. Minute 1. Clean your feed. Mute or unfollow one account that regularly stokes negativity or pressures you into conformity. This helps create a mental space that encourages independent thinking. Minutes 2 to 4. Explore the other side. Read an article or viewpoint that challenges your own perspective without engaging in reactive comments. Strengthening your ability to tolerate discomfort builds inner confidence and self-trust. Minute 5. Reflect honestly. Jot down your feelings after encountering an idea that contradicts your own. Reflecting honestly reinforces your self-reliance, encouraging you to trust your own judgment and embrace authenticity. The cave isn't evil, it's just comfortable, but comfort is rarely truthful. Shadows keep us warm, sunlight helps us grow. Plato ends his tale with a question. Should the freed prisoner return to help others? My answer and yours should be yes. Share this video, challenge a headline, and light one lamp today. Subscribe to Hermes Scroll for weekly ancient wisdom rewired for modern minds, and let me know in the comments. Which shadow fooled you last week? Together we'll keep walking toward the sun.